Hello and welcome to the 5-minute fiddle lesson. Today we are just going to learn what the notes are on our E string, our highest string, and our finger placement that corresponds to it. If you'll notice, I have a little key down here that spaces equal opens and twos, and the lines on the staff equals ones and threes. So let's go up to the E string. If you'll notice, I already marked face, F-A-C-E, are the spaces of the staff, and it's important for us violinists and fiddlers because A is open A and E is open E. If we can find our open strings, we can find any other finger based on those open strings. So let's dive into the E string. We have open E on our space, top space of the staff. Top line of the staff is F sharp, which is our first finger. Above the staff is G sharp, second finger. Then we have our first ledger line, which is a line above the staff. That's A, third finger. And above the ledger line is B, fourth finger. So if you notice, our open string and our 2 are on spaces, including our 4. And then our 1s and 3s are on lines. So I have little skittles to kind of help you remember that. So we have an open 0. It's going to go on the E string. That's our open string. Our 2, our second finger, is going to be on a space. That's going to go on the G sharp right there. Then we have our first finger, which is going to go on the line, our 1 finger there. And then our next line is going to be on the third finger, which is A. And then we have our 4th finger, which we can get to later, but that would also be on the space. So do you see how our numbers correspond with the lines and spaces? So opens and 2s are on the spaces, 1s and 3s are on the line. Now let's go over to our finger chart so you can see how it relates to the actual fingerboard. So I have listed here, so this is just a picture of our fingerboard if we were looking at an aerial view of our fingerboard. We have open E, so we're going to put an open E, which is our open string, and then we're going to go over to our little staff over here and put our open E. There's our open E. See how those two correspond? So on our spaces is our open E. Here's our first finger. We're going to put our first finger, which is kind of when you start off with your tapes. That's your first tape, which I call normal 1. In this case, it's an F sharp. And then you're going to put your 1 over here on the line. F sharp on the line there. See how they correspond? Then you have second finger, which we're going to put on our G sharp right here, high 2 positioning. And then we're going to put our 2 over here on our staff. See how that's a space? I'm going to scooch that up just a little bit. Then we have our third finger, which is going to go on A string. And then our third finger going to go on our staff on our first ledger line, which is on a line. Then we have our 4th finger B and our 4th finger B on the staff here. So these are just little skittles I put note names on so you can kind of see our F sharp, G sharp, G sharp, A, B, B. And if you'll just remember that the opens and 2s are on the spaces of our staff and our 1s and 3s are on the lines of our staff. Now, how that would correspond to our actual finger on our instrument, let me get you a little finger view of my instrument. So I labeled my fingers 1, 2, 3, 4. So here's our E string right here. So we have open E string, no fingers. First finger, which is our F sharp. Second finger, which is G sharp. Third finger right next to it. And then 4th finger, which is B. So E, F sharp, G sharp, A, and B. I hope this helps kind of explain it in a different way that you might be able to see the colors and the numbers and see how that corresponds to the staff. Thanks so much. We will do the same thing for the A, the D, and the G string. So look for those videos. Thanks and have a great day. Bye bye.